Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to all the football fans watching us around the world as well. A warm welcome to the House of European Football here in Lyon for the UEFA Europa League knockout round playoffs draw. This round will be contested between the group runners-up of the Europa League and clubs who finished third in their UEFA Champions League groups. The winners of these ties will go on to join the group stage winners of the Europa League in the round of 16. Of course, the ultimate goal for all sides still standing is to play in this year's final, taking place at the Puskás Arena in Budapest, and to lift this iconic trophy right here. Before we get to the main event of today's ceremony, let's take a look at the 16 teams involved in today's draw. Some fantastic flashes from the group stage, and of course we're looking ahead to a very exciting round ahead of us. It's now time for me to invite on stage the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti, who will of course be overseeing today's draw. Welcome, Giorgio.
Thank you, Pedro. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by congratulating the teams who have qualified for today's draw, and the very best of luck to all of you, of course. We introduced the knockout round playoff format last season, and with it we opened the door for more excitement to an already unpredictable competition. We're really confident this season's knockout round playoffs will bring us more magic, as 10 national associations are represented with a unique blend of past champions and newcomers eager to climb the steps of European success. For many, the final match day of the group stage was pivotal, like in Group F, where all 4 teams finished on 8 points, the first time in a major UEFA club competition, with Feyenoord advancing to the round of 16 and Midtjylland into today's draw. This was the cherry on top of the sensational goals, last-minute winners and world-class play we saw every match day. Now, which 8 clubs will remain standing after this knockout round and join the 8 group winners in the round of 16? Who will navigate the complex waters of this round and keep their European season afloat? We don't know, but we know that Budapest is the destination for this season's final. And now, to assist us with today's draw, I would like to welcome to the stage a legendary player who shined with several clubs in Europe and with the Hungarian national team.
And please welcome to join us here on stage today's special guest, Zoltán Gerab. Zoltán, welcome. Great to see you. I'll let you say hello to Giorgio as well. Of course, you're going to help us out with the draw, but before I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, it has to be about the competition. Like, how impressed have you been so far, and are there any matches that you remember?
Yeah, special for me because my old club Ferencváros is in the competition, so I saw some really good games and also watched AS Rome against Betis with the full stadium. So I saw many good teams and games.
Now, of course, you were an elite player for many years. Now you've made the transition into coaching, under 21 with the Hungarian national team. How has that transition been going?
It's totally different when you work with the players, because you have to look after 25 players and, it's more difficult. But I'm enjoying, I have more experience, you have more confidence in your coaching stuff. And I'm working and I'm enjoying. That's the most important thing.
Perfect. One final question about the host city. How's the vibe there? People getting excited? How are preparations going?
Yeah, especially because Ferencváros is still in the competition. Yeah. Everybody in Budapest have a dream. Maybe Ferencváros can go through all the way. Of course, it's a big dream, but I think it's getting ready. I saw the nice cup in the stadium a few days ago, so everybody is looking forward to the final.
Yeah, and you have to keep the dream alive for every single team still in the competition. Zoltán, I'm going to hand over the floor to you and to Giorgio. The draw is about to commence, but not before we invite on stage Tobias Hedstug, who is the UEFA head of club competitions and calendar. He'll take us through the technical procedure as well.
Thank you, Pedro. For today's draw, every runner-up will be drawn against the clubs that finished third in the UEFA Champions League group stage. Clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. The runners-up are seeded and therefore play the second leg at home, whereas the third-ranked clubs of the UEFA Champions League play the first leg at home. Each of the 8 pairings will be determined by drawing one of the former UEFA Champions League clubs first and then one of the eligible runners-up. The 8 balls containing the names of the former UEFA Champions League clubs are already placed in one ball, while the balls containing the names of their potential opponents are picked from the 8 different runners-up pots just in front of me. After drawing each former UEFA Champions League club, the computer will indicate which runner-up can be drawn, bearing in mind that teams from the same country cannot play against each other. The relevant balls will be placed into the other bowl, where one ball will be drawn to form a pairing with the former UEFA Champions League club. Should we have only one team eligible to be drawn against a particular Champions League club, there will be no draw and the 2 teams will be paired directly. This procedure is then repeated until we have all the 8 pairings. After the draw, and in accordance with the competition regulations, the UEFA administration will determine the final fixture list. The results will be then announced today at 18 hours at the latest. So now you have all the information you need, so let me hand the floor back to Giorgio, as we are ready to proceed with the draw.
Thank you. And the only information that we don't lack, but we wanted to remind everybody is the names of the teams in this draw. So we start with the runners-up of the UEFA Europa League groups. Among them we have PSV Eindhoven, Stade Rennais FC, AS Roma, FC Union Berlin, Manchester United, FC Midtjylland, FC Nantes and AS Monaco. And then we have the third-ranked teams in the UEFA Champions League groups, starting with AFC Ajax, then Bayer Leverkusen, FC Barcelona, Sporting Clube de Portugal, FC Salzburg, FC Shakhtar Donetsk, Sevilla FC and Juventus. These are the 16 teams. We start drawing one team from the UEFA Champions League. Zoltan, you can start the draw right now.
FC Barcelona.
We start with FC Barcelona. Barcelona has all the possibilities, so 8 teams are possible opponents for Barcelona, who were 4 times semi-finalists in the UEFA Cup. Last time it was in 2001. And they played the quarterfinals of this competition last season. So their path in the Europa League starts now against this opponent.
Manchester United.
Against Manchester United, this is a gala match for the UEFA Europa League, so everybody will have plenty of excitement there. So Barcelona will face Manchester United, the winners of 2017. Zoltan, you can draw now another team to start the second pairing.
Juventus.
Now it's the turn of Juventus, 3-time winners in the UEFA Cup. Juventus can face all remaining teams except AS Roma, which is another Italian team. So according to our rules, no country clashes are possible. So the number of potential opponents for this pairing is 6.
FC Nantes.
And the opponents of Juventus are the French side of FC Nantes. Quarterfinals twice for Nantes in the UEFA Cup. And the first appearance in this competition since the 2000-2001 season.
Sporting Clube.
Now, Sporting Clube de Portugal, winners of finals of 2005. And for Sporting, we don't have any conditions. 6 teams are still in the pot and 6 potential opponents for Sporting Lisbon, which is the club with the record number of participations in this competition. They were with us in the UEFA Cup or in the Europa League for 35 times in their history.
FC Midtjylland.
Sporting Clube Portugal versus FC Midtjylland. Unbeaten in their last 8 Europa League home games, Midtjylland will be the opponent for Sporting.
FC Shakhtar Donetsk.
And now Shakhtar Donetsk, the winners of the last edition of the UEFA Cup in 2009. They can play against all 5 remaining teams in the pot of the group runners-up. The first and only Ukrainian team having won the UEFA Cup in the history of the competition.
Stade Reims.
Stade Rennais will face Shakhtar Donetsk in this fourth pairing of the round of 16. We can go ahead with another team drawn. Round of 16 in 2019 for Stade Rennais. And now back to this playoff round.
Ajax.
Ajax can play against 3 of the 4 potential opponents, not against Eindhoven. So only 3 teams are possible. Let's see who will face Ajax in the next match, which for the club will be the 150th match played in the UEFA Cup or UEFA Europa League. So an important historic match. Let's see against whom.
FC Union Berlin.
Against the Union Berlin, which is for the first time in a knockout phase of UEFA competition. So they will have to face the winners of the 1992 edition of AFC Ajax.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen. All 3 opponents are possible for Leverkusen, winners of the 1988 final of the UEFA Cup. So 3 names are possible for them. The Leverkusen needs to score 2 goals to reach the 100 goals mark in the UEFA Europa League era. And there will be a team which will not agree with this, and this is the team.
AS Monaco.
AS Monaco facing Bayer Leverkusen in this round of 16, in this knockout round of UEFA Europa League. 2 left. Zoltan, please.
Sevilla.
Sevilla FC, the record winners of this competition, 6 times lifting the trophy. 2 possible opponents for Sevilla, which has also the record of matches played in the knockout phase with a total of 43.
PSV Eindhoven.
So Eindhoven is the opponent for FC Sevilla. It's a fascinating challenge. Only 1 is left, and we know already, but we need to see the name of the team.
FC Salzburg.
That's, of course, FC Salzburg, finalists in 1994. And Salzburg will take on the last team, being the runner-up of a Europa League group phase. Roma, AS Roma, will face Salzburg. This is all for the round of 16, for the playoff round of the UEFA Europa League of this season.
Well, there are 16 teams in this round, so you're right about that, Giorgio. Let's take a look at all the matches that have been drawn. Barcelona taking on Manchester United, Juventus facing Nantes, Sporting Clube Portugal will be playing Midtjylland, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Stade Rennais, Ajax taking on Union Berlin, Leverkusen playing Monaco, Sevilla against PSV Eindhoven, and FC Salzburg taking on AS Roma. The first legs will be played in principle in February of next year, on the 16th, with the return legs in principle also scheduled for the 23rd. We're really looking forward to this next round. I would like to thank Giorgio, Zoltan, and also Toby for leading the draw. From everyone here and myself, it's goodbye from Nyon. See you again soon.